Good evening, YouTube. It is Jack here. I hope you're all doing well out in sunny Bikeland. Sadly, it is England in the summer of 2019, and that actually means it's not a particularly sunny Bikeland. Certainly not like the summer of 2018, which was probably the best biking summer, certainly in my memory, as someone who is sadly approaching 40 years old. I can't remember a better summer for riding than last year. But this year, so far, as I say, it's early June, and the weather has been pretty piss poor. So rather than being out riding, I thought I'd do a quick review of this little beauty, which is my most recent helmet purchase. I'll turn it around a little bit. This is, and the name is disputable, this is the HJC, and this is the bit that's disputable. It's either RPHA or RPHA, depending on which guy you're talking to down the local bike meet. The spelling of it is RPHA. I call it RPHA just because it sounds more aggressive, but maybe it is RPHA. I don't know. I'll leave that one kind of up to you guys to decide. I have quite a lot of helmets, so this is my kind of helmet collection here. So I've got some, like ones that stay in glass cabinets, AGVs, and I've got a Shoei X-Spirit 2 up there, McGuinness signed, and that one's Rossi signed. But yeah, I've got quite a lot of helmets, and the brands that I own and ride regularly range from Shoei, as I say, sort of top of the range Shoei, the X-Spirits, down to the RYDs, the rides. I've got Arais, I have got a Chaser X Arai, I've got an RX-7, I've got a Simpson, I've got an X-Lite, the X803, I've got Bell, I've got a Moto 3 Bell, I've got an AGV Corsa, what else have I got? And then I've got some custom stuff for Harley Davidsons, like your Bell Custom 500s, and I've got a Davida, an open-face Davida there. So in terms of helmets, I do own a lot of helmets, and as I say, with the Arais and with the Shoei and with the X-Lite, I've got top of the range. And this is top of the range from HJC. Now, top of the range from HJC is a kind of a curious thing, really, because they're actually not that expensive for a top of the range helmet. So the price actually is massively different on the RPHA 11. So ranging from, on this is sportsbikeshop.com, $229.99 for a outdated graphic, which is a Vermo black, white and red, all the way up to, I think, nearly 500 quid. In fact, maybe over 500 quid. Let's have a look. $469.99, which is the Monster 94, the special, which I think is a Folger rep. I think it is, yeah. But anyway, so quite a difference in price you're paying there for the paint job, basically. The helmet itself is identical, and the safety will be identical. It is just the paint. They're also very expensive for the Marvel/Disney kind of paint jobs that HJC seem to be doing a lot of. They're not really my cup of tea, but whatever floats your boat. So these are worn in MotoGP. People like Iannone wearing these. So in terms of safety, they're a great helmet. But I will come back to safety kind of in a little while, because that's, in my opinion, the only bone of contention to this lid. But what do I think of it personally? Basically, I think it's brilliant. I think for the money, it couldn't be any better. I actually think that for the money, this is probably the best helmet you can buy in the UK at present. So why do I think that? Well, loads of things really. As I said, I own and I have bought lots and lots and lots of lids through the years. I've worn pretty much every major manufacturer there is. I struggle to actually think of many manufacturers of helmets that I haven't worn. I've personally worked in the motorcycle helmet industry. I have a sort of a personal passion for motorcycle helmets, you could say. I'm a bit of a motorcycle helmet geek. I love them, and I really rate this. I think it's a fantastic lid. So what makes it that? First of all, I love the colours. I love the look of it. It is an incredibly slender helmet in terms of the head-on profile of the lid. It's very, very, very sleek. It's not that much wider than the human head, which I know sounds crazy, but when you see someone riding towards you with this helmet on, it is very slender, and I think that looks fantastic. I'm old school. I love the kind of the Arai egg shape, but I do think that this is a very cool looking shell shape. and quite an aggressive rear spoiler on it with your two rear vents coming out of the back, which kind of takes us on to ventilation. So the ventilation on this thing is just fantastic. Large scoop dual vent at the front here. You've got a huge vent at the bottom here, which again is, when you're wearing gloves, is very, very easy to undo. And then at the top you've got, I think it's 5 point, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. 5 clicks either way that you can have it more or less open. So on the top 2 scoops, and then you've got your 2 rear exit ports on the back there to get rid of any of the warm air that's passing through. And you've also got 2 actual rear low ports at the back there as well. So yeah, ventilation is fantastic. The weight of the helmet, I think, according to sportsbikeshop.com, I think it was 1300 grams. Let me just check that. Yeah, give or take 50 grams, it's going to be 1300 grams. So an incredibly light helmet. And actually, you do really feel the difference when you've worn a lightweight lid like this. You do actually really feel it in terms of, if you're certainly on a longer ride, fatigue is far less because it's just not pulling on your neck. And I do think that, as I said, that slender shape of the front profile also stops the fatigue on longer rides. It's got something called a PIM Plus construction, which is carbon fibre and hybrid fiberglass. So that's the kind of the science behind that lightweightness. Other little things that I think is really cool, you get this this visor. Now this is not a fully dark smoke. If I show you a fully dark smoke on something like, I've got a Shoei up here. So on that Shoei ride there, and on this X-Spirit, you've got, that's a fully 80% non-road legal visor. Now this is a road legal visor on the HJC, and this is a smoke of 50%. Now what that actually means is basically you can see the rider's eyes and face through it, but it is very, very, very heavily smoked. And actually, for riding in the UK in the summer, and there has been a few nice days this year, it's perfect. It's great. It doesn't look, in my opinion, as cool as the fully 80% smoked lenses, but it's still really, it's all you need. It will keep the glare out, and of course, you still get the standard clear visor with it. Visor removal is so simple, particularly if you're coming from sort of the Arrow world, as I have been. It is just a case of one pop down and it comes out. That's it. A kid could do it. You could do it in 2 seconds. Other things I love, it's got the indents on the actual visor. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can put it anywhere and just leave it, and it will actually stay when you're riding. So if you want to get a bit of air in. The visor closing mechanism is fantastic. Full click down and you are locked. And then if you want absolutely double safety locks, you just click that little tab across, and that is not going anywhere. And then to undo, clip it back, and then just push this up, and up it comes. And as I say, the mechanism itself is very nice. It comes with this little nose breath deflector in here, which just, I think, looks quite cool. Doesn't really do a lot in my opinion, but looks cool. Love the paintwork. I think it's, deep, glossy, really, really, really nice. Other little features that are awesome. So I actually think this next feature should be on all helmets now, but as I say, it's just nice to have it. It is the emergency release tabs. So these are the things that, if the worst should happen, a paramedic can just pull in. The cheek pads will be removed and the helmet can be removed without hopefully creating neck or spine damage. Other little things that are really nice. They've got these sort of, two little areas at the back which are, like the high vis reflective patches. So from behind, if a car flashes the lights on you, it's visible. So I just think things like that are nice. They've thought it through, HJC, and I think that's actually shown by how many people are now wearing these and the kind of ratings these helmets are getting. I took a bit of a punt on this, if I'm honest. I didn't really ever think about entering the world of HJC. I was very happy to stay in the kind of the premium helmet world, as it were, of the sort of the Arrows and the Shoeis, and I took a bit of a punt on this, and I'm very, very, very happy I did, because it's fantastic, and I really think it's a good helmet. It comes with a pin lock, so for those of you who don't know what the pin lock is, it's an insert, a little kind of almost like double glazing suction inner visor which goes inside the main visor itself, and it just stops any kind of steaming up on colder days or on wet days happening, so you don't have to worry about ever riding around and visibility being a problem. What else? Well, I suppose I should really talk about the only thing about the helmet that I guess might not be viewed as fantastic. So in the UK we have a thing called a Sharp helmet rating score, and the Sharp helmet is an independent body who actually rate the safety of helmets. Now I'm not going to go into a discussion about Sharp and what they do, how they do it, and whether or not the scores should be. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that you can take those scores how you want to. There has been some discussion, certainly on online forums, that the Sharp rating tests are not reflective of real-world crashes. So what I mean by that is they test certain areas, and perhaps if you were to have a real-world crash, it might not really matter how high your Sharp score goes. You can take that however you want to take that. That's not my opinion. That's just stuff that's been bandied around on internet forums. So personally, I actually do think that the Sharp scores are a very, very good indicator of helmet safety. I don't really like to get anything less than 4 or 5. It is 1 to 5, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Now this helmet actually gets a 3. So, you can sort of deduce from that what you want. For me personally, a 3 is as low as I would go. I think the quality of this helmet feels like, well, I trust it, basically. I think that in an accident I would trust my head in this helmet, which is why I've spent £250 on it. But as I say, you can make from that what you will. It is also not a case of the more expensive the helmet, the better the Sharp scores. You know, there's been many, many, many top branded helmets that haven't actually got full 5 or even 4 or even 3 stars. So again, you can conclude from that what you want. But the Sharp score was a 3 out of 5. It comes in 3 shell sizes. As I said, pin lock included. Your warranty's 5 years. Yeah, I just think it's a great lid. I certainly think for the money, for the £250, I don't think you can actually get a better helmet than this at the minute for that money. I think that for that money, you are getting what I feel like is a comfortable, aerodynamically fantastic, good looking. The airflow through it is fantastic. It's got, as I say, comes with the 2 visors, the clear and the 50% tint. The paintwork is great. It is super, super, super comfortable. It's got emergency cheek pads. It's incredibly light. The visor system seems brilliant. Yeah, it's just a really, really good helmet. So I'd thoroughly, thoroughly recommend it. And I think that HJC are really doing a good job. And I think that HJC are kind of almost on a cusp of really, really, really breaking into the absolutely premium end now. You know, I think they've been looked at for a little while. You know, they're a huge, huge, huge manufacturer, but I think they've been looked at for a little while as sort of second tier. But I think that the RPHA/RPHA will change that, and I'm looking forward to seeing actually what the RPHA 12 or whatever the next RPHA, whatever, you can argue about that, is going to be like. So anyway, I think it's a great lid. I think it's fantastically priced. I got mine from a place called Helmet City in Chichester. You know, same price as Sports Bike Shop, but it just happened to be that they were down the road from me. And yeah, sometimes with helmets I like to go in and, you know, try them on and really get a good feel of them before I actually purchase them. And I did that with this one, and I'm very glad I did. So anyway, ride safe and take it easy. Bye bye.